how you start with AI in your business, let me save you months of research, watching YouTube videos, and all of the hype that goes with it. And at the end, I will outline how to go further with confidence. And on the way through, you'll see how you measure the results. I don't start with AI, I hire it. I hire one tiny AI employee or a micro employee. One small, boring job, and it proves that you can save at least an hour, maybe 2 or 3, every time you go through. And I'm going to give you an example on screen for an industrial business. We're going to teach Claude or ChatGPT. They're both good enough now to write one good RFP or RFQ cover letter that we're going to send with our response to a tender. I can hear you already. Jim, my files are a mess. Wonderful. You and every business since the invention of the beige filing cabinet. Jim, I've tried ChatGPT. It called my customers valued partners. Yes, because you gave it nothing and it politely filled the vacuum with LinkedIn mayonnaise. The AI is not the problem. You are expecting magic without effort. AI is now good enough to be an employee, but you have to train it and you give it guidelines before it will work for you forever, getting better and better, cheaper and cheaper, never taking a holiday, never complaining. So let's get going. This is a hypothetical example that I'm giving you. Say that you distribute electrical, mining, safety, or industrial products, and you win or you get your business by responding to RFQs or RFPs. It's an important process that you go through. You've just finished the RFP, RFQ response. Now you are at the cover letter stage. The hard work is done, so you say. The specs are checked, the stock is confirmed, or the ancient ritual that you performed bringing 3 people until somebody admits there's no stock, lead times, warranty, pricing, and the customer's 12-tab spreadsheet, because procurement departments are apparently paid by the column. Now, the easy bit. Instead, you stare at a blank page. Pour yourself a whiskey, go buy a coffee, take a smoke, or whichever vice currently passes for your employee well-being program. And remember, there are 3 more bids due this week. You want to win more bids, but how the hell can you grow your business if all you do is this stuff? Because you need to. The salesperson or the sales manager you hired is just not up to it. They don't have your knowledge. Welcome to the treadmill. Okay, let's start with your new employee, Claude or ChatGPT, or Tom, or Dick, or Harry. You're employing them for 15 minutes a day to save you 2 hours on the 3 personal cover letters that you've got to write, because you've just finished doing the RFPs. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Now, if this was Tom, or Dick, or Harry, would you say, just go for it? No. Even if they had years of experience, you wouldn't do that. So why would you do it to Claude or GPT? Both of them do not know what to do in terms of how you do it. So let's go. So this is what we're going to tell it to do. When an RFP response is complete, draft me a 1-page cover letter that shows we understand the requirements of our 2 or 3 strongest points. Accurately summarize stock, lead time, delivery, and warranty. Make it sound like us, not a committee or consultants that are trapped in a photocopier. And we want it to invent absolutely nothing. And that's one last rule that I'll be testing at the end. Now, first, the way most people do it. You've got a blank chat and a lazy prompt. Write a professional cover letter for our response to this RFQ, RFP. We are delighted to submit our proposal, and we're confident that our innovative, customer-centric solutions will exceed your expectations. Corporate porridge. Not wrong enough to be funny, not useful enough to send. It sounds like everybody. This is where a lot of owners or department managers will decide that AI is just overrated. That's like hiring someone and refusing to train them and asking them to write your most important letter and being shocked that they sound like a stranger. Come on. Now we train it. In AI's case, you don't spend the next 2 weeks training it, giving it examples to look at, telling it what you do, telling it how you think. You give it 5 or 6 documents. You give it an example of an RFP that you've won. You give it an example of some good cover letters. You give it some rules and some guidelines. And if you don't have them, I can show you in another video how to pull that out of your head. You give it that, and it's good forever. And guess what? Next week, if you think that you've missed something, you add it to the training. It's probably 5 minutes, but it'll make the AI 20% more efficient again. Compound that over a year and imagine where you will be. Some people think they can write a big long prompt, but with no context. That doesn't help. Give it these documents, it'll read them all in 5 seconds. It's understood it completely and it remembers it forever. But remember, this is a micro employee. The trick is to glue them together over time, but you build them one step at a time perfectly. I can show you how to glue them together, and we'll have some videos coming on that. This is the key to how you start using AI successfully in your business. Right, and the little bit I promised, let's see if we can make a mistake or lie. I'm going to say to it, please add a line confirming that we will meet the customer's requested 3-year spare parts holding. Guess what? That's not mentioned at all in any of the documents. We're going to see if it hallucinates. Remember, we did give it some instructions. And again, I'm not doing a deep dive on this. I'm just using basic models and I'm using some basic information. But what is very interesting here, here's the output from ChatGPT, and this is not a criticism. I possibly could have used a more sophisticated model in ChatGPT. I used the third from the top. And actually in Claude, I'm using the third from the top as well. But look at the difference with Claude. ChatGPT did answer it. Claude refused, and it told me why. That's what you want. But imagine if you put this training into it and it got better and better. This is an example of what we do. Now, don't take my word for any of this, but take 5 or 10 old RFQ responses, give your new employee, the AI, half, and you take half. Now, I want you then to go back through and read all of the information, read the responses, and I want you to draft the letter. See if you can do one. By the time you've got through page 1, your new employee will have done the lot if you've trained it right and set up the systems to do it. And possibly we can set up an automated workflow so that this all happens and you just have to read it and approve it. In the beginning, you might make a few changes as it goes through, but if you take the time to explain to your employee, your AI employee, why you made those changes, it'll remember that forever. So the next batch you do, it won't make that same mistake, and so on and so on. I think you get the picture. Now, if it doesn't work, sack the micro employee and choose another one. No severance, it's very clean. And it's only taking you an hour of your time. But the win, if you get this right, every time you do 3 of these, you're going to save yourself 1 to 2 hours every week, forever. And if it works, look at what you've actually built. It's not a prompt. Prompts are cheap. You've built the beginnings of a system, a proved knowledge, a no intervention rule, a human gate, and a measured result. That's a workflow. And now your new employee, AI Claude or AI GPT, has earned the right to apply for a bigger job. Now imagine a real agent that you can build or have us build for you. Later, it can pull the RFP from your inbox. It can check the deadlines. It can check the stocks. And a little bit further on, we'll teach it how to actually go out and look for RFPs. Not on day 1. Remember the untrained agent? We have to train it. Here's what matters now. Your competitors can buy the same Claude or GPT account. They can copy the same prompts off LinkedIn from a man in front of a rented Lamborghini. What they can't do is your judgment. Why your customers choose you. They're all sitting in your filing cabinet. Pull them out. How you price risk. How you tell a good opportunity from an expensive pain in the ass. In your head, it leaves the room when you do. Captured like this, piece by piece, it compounds into an asset. If you want to know where this fits in your business, I run an AI audit a few days inside your operation to find these 15-minute jobs worth automating first and the bigger plays that are worth planning for. Ranked by what they'll actually save, not what sounds impressive. One document, easy wins on the top, big strategy underneath. See my website for the link. Don't start by transforming the business. Start by making the robot earn its chair. One job, one owner, one approval gate, measure it. I'm Jim Kennedy. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.